What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Guy Talk Uncensored podcast, because we are officially a podcast. I'm your host, Isaac, along with my co-host, Ray Sean. And, today it wasn't really much news, but today we're going to try to make it work and push through like we do every week. Actually, kind of like what we did last week. We didn't have nothing to talk about, but we talked. We conversated. Just came up with some shit, talked about it, and that's about it. So, Rayshawn, how you doing, bro?
All right. So, first things first. Listen, I want to thank Isaac. He's getting better. Everybody, okay? We're gonna clip this up too. He's getting better. He's not where I was yet, but we're working on him. Okay, we're gonna work on him. We're gonna make sure that he continues to get better at these intros because we know he needs a lot of work, right? We know this, okay? So he's doing well. That intro wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. So what we're going to say is, hi, I'm RJD. What's up? I am the bald and sexy one of the group. And as Isaac so eloquently stated, he is the Puerto Rican Poppy. I am great, bro. How are you with your very, very fresh lineup this week? You must have had a date. Did you go out? Come on. How was it? Come on. You can tell me. You must have had a date, bro. You did your eyebrows too. We see you. We see you.
I just went to get a haircut yesterday, and that was it.
Listen, bro. Stop it. We know. When you know, bro. Nobody has eyebrows like that, and then they don't go on date, bro. Listen, where'd you and the missus go? I'm sure y'all went somewhere. It's okay, bro. Tell the world.
Home, because she was home and I was home. That's I didn't go out anywhere.
Here we go.
Not the cap.
We didn't go out nowhere. She was home, I was home. That was pretty much it. I just went out, got a cut, came back because I needed it. Starting to wolf out again.
Stop the cap.
All right. So now that Isaac is done lying, I'm glad everything is good. I'm good, bro. Royal Rumble was yesterday. Sort of Royal Rumble was good. Had some people over the crib. It was a dope show. Good shit. A good story. Fantastic storytelling by WWE. So can't go wrong there. Today we got some football later. So looking forward to the games to see who wins. We got The Last of Us tonight. They have been renewed for season 2. So all is all right, bro. And I'm just chilling. As always, I can't complain. It's a beautiful thing. What's good with you, Playboy?
Not much. Nothing much. Trying to figure out some things, especially when it comes to streaming, because I want to start streaming. But every time, the name that I had, and you already saw it because I showed you the logo, was Elite Gamer. I thought it was a perfect name. I'd have been like, yes, I could do this. Elite Gamer, let's go. When I went to create the account, taken. I even put TV at the end, taken. The only way it was never taken is if
let me hit him with the
nope.
Take it. He tries with another name.
Nope.
Take it.
The only time it went through was when it had like 2023 on it, and I was like, but I don't want that. Like, I just want the name of.
Should have added 83 when the year you was born.
Yeah, I guess.
Listen, I don't care. I'll put 1. I'll put 1. I'll put 2. I'll figure out a way to get the name that I want, even if it has some shit in front of it I don't like. I do not care. We'll figure it out.
I guess.
Isaac's like, nah, man.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because for me, like if it's not part of the logo, I don't want it to be shown on the account. You know what I'm saying? So if I put Elite Gamer 83, you know what I'm saying? That's not part of my logo. So I don't want that to be shown on there.
Oh my God. My man is extremely meticulous with this shit. F that, bro. Just put it. Like, I'm not doing none of that shit, bro. I'm not doing none of that, bro. F all that. We just go. Just figure it out. Like, I'll switch it later if I can. Who cares? But I dig it. It's not the logo. You don't want it like that. I understand that wholeheartedly. I do. I really do. And I'm just like, man, we're gonna have to figure this out because I'm not sitting here. I want this name. I'm gonna find out a way to get this goddamn name. I'll find out, I'll figure it out. I don't care. But word. But shout out your lineup though.
Perfect.
Good job. Shout out to your barber. I'm in the gorilla stages of growing my beard back. Let's see how long this takes. I'm trying to think if I could go a whole year without cutting it, but I don't think I can. Especially when it starts getting hot, like all that damn hair on my face. It's just like I gotta keep it low or cut it down. It's like by the time March rolls around, it's like hell like this. Damn beard out here, and it's hard to keep that shit like clean, bro. But yeah, the beard shall return. Fear the beard. I don't know how these brothers do it, but it's
Yeah, I
coming.
don't know either.
It is coming. Oh man, unfortunately, we had some bad breaking news happen. Isaac, did you hear about the meal that took place with the police departments of America yet again? Did you hear about that?
You know, when you told me before we started this, I didn't know which, like, if there was another one that happened. But when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I did hear about this. I didn't read the articles or anything like that. But when you told me that there was footage, I went and I searched it up and I saw the footage, and it was very, very disgraceful, distasteful when you sit there and watch it, because it's like these cops these cops are not even white. They were black people beating up on another black person and killed them. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the hell is going, what am I watching here, bro? Like, this is ridiculous. And it's I don't know what was going on in their minds when they did all of that, bro.
Bro, we got a lot. We got a lot. We got a deep dive into this, bro. We have to. But let me talk about it. Let me not talk about it. That was stupid. Let me read it out first, and then we'll deep dive into it because there's a lot that I want to say, and I know this is something that you honestly feel strongly about as well. Like, yeah, you're not black. Obviously, you're Puerto Rican, but we come from the same place. You know what I'm saying? We are both from New York. We're both New Yorkers. We both come from the inner city. You have a son. That's public knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You said that on numerous shows. Like, you have a child. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, your child, if you live in the inner city, you're gonna have him. He's gonna be with you. He's gonna have to Puerto Rican, Dominican, black. He's gonna have to deal with this. He's gonna have to deal with police because he's from the inner city. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. I've had to deal with police. I'm sure you've had interaction with police. Many times positive, a couple of times not so positive. And I thank God I've never put myself in a position to even be locked up or anything like that. But where we come from, you have to deal with police. You have to know how to deal with police, and you have to know how to deal with police so that you could just get home. That was my whole thing when I was growing up. My mother was like, "Listen, just get home. Regardless of your interaction with the police, if you didn't do nothing wrong, we could fix it later. But do what you gotta do, comply with what they say, and just get home." This is some totally this is some other situation. This is some other shit. That video. This is some other shit. But it's just like it's to the point where it's like I thought this is very foolish of me, but I thought, with the what was the one? Damn, I'm drawing a blank. The one with the knee on the throat, the last big one. The fact that I had to even say the last big one is terrible. But what was his name?
Um,
With
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. Sorry, but I was like, after George Floyd, I'm like, all right, these guys going to ease up. Like, listen, it's a tough job. Sometimes force is necessary. But as far as the stupid shit that happens, like the shit on the video, I'm like, okay, they're going to stop the stupid shit. They're going to stop the stupid shit. If you do something, you raise a hand to them, whatever, they're going to knock your head off. That's different. But I thought, like, they're going to stop. At least ease up. Nope, I was wrong. Nope, still same shit. We're still talking about it. Every year, every couple of years, we talk about it. It's a distraction, obviously. Let's not all get up emotional and do crazy stuff. No. But every year, it's the same shit. It never fails. But let me read this off just so that we can get into it. So, officers, and if I butchered the names, I am not doing it intentionally, but I'm going to try my best. Tadaris Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith were terminated for failing in their excessive use of force, duty to intervene, and duty to render aid in a department statement. So this is as follows. There's a young brother, Tyre Nicholes, in Memphis, was brutally beaten to death, literally, by 5 cops and they're all black cops, but it's another case in where, now I saw the video and we're not going to play it because we don't want to get copyright strikes. So we just, go watch it, go YouTube it. It's literally everywhere at this point. But we are going to talk about it. So this brother, Tyre, he gets pulled over, and the body cam footage came out, I believe, 2 days ago. So he gets pulled over, and they are literally screaming at him, guns drawn, "Get the fuck out of the car! Get out of the car right now! Get on the ground!" And he's like, "What is going on?" Now, did you see that part, Isaac?
Yeah.
So my thing is, if it's a routine traffic stop, which I believe that it was, I'm gonna pull up an article just so I could get it right. If it's a routine traffic stop, why did they roll up to the car like that? For a routine stop, what the fuck is going on? Like, bro, they rolled up on him like he was a drug lord, bro. I don't. Oh man, like I saw that and I'm like, yo, why did they roll up on him like that? Even if it's a routine stop, right? And let's say you're getting flagged by the cops, they're behind you and you don't see them. Because I've done that before. There's been times when cops were following me, I went over to the other lane. They went over to the other lane. I went back over. They went back over. And their lights were on. And it took me like a couple of blocks to figure it out. And then they got to the car and they're like, "You didn't see I was flagging you?" I was like, "Honestly, bro, officer, I did not know. I had to make sure. I didn't want to just pull over and you're not stopping me. So that's why I waited." And normally they just say, "Oh, okay, license, registration, blah, blah, blah." They rolled up on him, "Get out of the ground. I'll kill you. Hurry the fuck up. Ah!" And he's like, "Yo, wait. I'm okay." Like, yo, he was like frantic because it's like, why are y'all rolling up on me like this? So he was fucking terrified, as I would have been. You roll up on me, guns drawn, for a routine traffic stop. What do you think about that part right there? I'm gonna pull up the article just so that we could get the basic context, but go ahead.
For a traffic stop, there shouldn't be 5 cops trying to just take down one person for a traffic stop. Like, when you see when you look out the window and you see something like that, like, it's you have to like, that's a red flag right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why is there 5 cops for a traffic stop? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you pull them over, license and registrations, like you said before, and then you give them a ticket, and then you let them go on their way. But have him come out the car, than to brutally beat him to where he dies. That's ridiculous over a traffic stop. I mean, I don't know what else to say because we
Well,
constantly see all the time, bro. All the time. There's always some type of a reason that these cops do these things. I'm not gonna say all of them because there are some good cops that are really just trying to do their job and stuff like that. But then there are just some of them that are in these police departments that I feel like they should have never wore the badge in the first place. Because if you're not gonna handle it, don't work it. Don't work in that type of field. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous that we constantly see this shit all the time. Yeah, there may be some gaps in between George Floyd and this young man, but it should has to stop. You know what I'm saying? It has to stop because this just is making the cops just look very, 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 very bad, bro.
it's almost like we're numb to it at this point. Like it happens so much. But let me read this so we could just do this properly. So videos showing the violent arrest of 29-year-old Tyre Nicholes, a Memphis man who died 3 days after he was beaten by police in a traffic stop January 7th, have been released by Memphis officials. The video, which consists of both body cam footage and street surveillance footage, were made public by the city of Memphis Friday. Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis said Friday morning she wasn't prepared for what she saw. In my 36 years in law enforcement, I don't think I have witnessed the disregard for a human being displayed in this video. This is the one video. Video one shows the initial traffic stop by Memphis police. Tyre Nicholes is dragged out of his car, ordered to the ground. He appears to comply and is calm, but police use a taser stun gun on him several times. Nicholes gets up and runs from the scene. All right, so let's break this down. So they show a initial traffic stop. We just talked about this. As you see my cat licking his fucking face in the background. I didn't even realize he was behind me. But why is a traffic stop? Why are you rolling up on this brother? Get the fire! Like, bro. That's the first one. That's the first one. So we're gonna hit him with the, for that.
Stupid.
Like, why are you rolling up on him? Screaming like a traffic stop. I ran a red light and you rolling up to the car like guns. It's crazy, bro. Dragged out of the car and ordered to the ground off of a traffic stop.
Stupid.
Makes no sense. Yet again, what are we doing? What are we doing here? When I got stopped and pulled over for an illegal left turn, I didn't see the sign. You know what they said? License and registration, please. Thanks. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, officer. Why? See that sign right there? Oh, shit. I didn't see it. Didn't even know that sign was there. Crazy. Oh, okay. That's a new sign? Yes, it's new. They put it up last week. Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. Here, license, registration. They didn't roll up. Get the fuck out the ground. You ran a stop inside. I'll fucking kill you. They didn't do all that. Once again, makes no sense. Then he does what they're asking him to do. He's like, okay. And he even said it. He was like, yo, can y'all relax? Like, I'm okay. Give me your hand. He's okay. Like he's telling them, yo, relax. I'm doing what you're telling me. And they're still spazzing out at him. It makes no sense. And he's the calm one, which is crazy. Brother's probably scared shitless, and he's the calm one out of all of this. And then they're trying to get him on the ground. He's like trying to give him his arm, but he's like complying halfway. He's trying. And then they taser his ass. And he's like, yo, what the? So he fucking takes off running because he's scared for his fucking life. Bro, just all around. Just All around foolishness. All around foolishness. What say you? What say you to this bit of information in the beginning before we even get to the crazy part?
Um,
You did say you seen that part, right? When the initial pulled them over initially?
yeah,
Okay.
like when I saw the video, was first it was just the two cops. Uh, they pulled him out. They pulled him out. Had him on the ground, and then that's when I saw the other squad car come in, and I think there was like about
Oh,
three
so you
more
didn't see him
cops
get
there.
up and you didn't see him run off. Did you see that part? I mean, it's in the same video. He ran off, but
Nah, I don't think I, like I said, like all the clip that I watched was just from the news itself, because the news
oh, okay,
station
yeah.
clearly I didn't get a chance to see the full length like I wanted to. Um, but for the little bit that I saw, it's disturbing, bro. It's really disturbing to see something like that, especially for a young man over a traffic stop. And like I've been through it. Traffic stop. I've been through speeding, and not once have they ever said, "Oh, get out the car, get to the ground, hands behind your back." None of that shit. None of that shit. And I don't know, bro. Like this is just, when is things gonna change, man? That's I think that's the question that because they've been trying to fight this reform bill with these cops. They already changed the whole thing with the cops on the choking hold. They can no longer use that. Even though I saw a video a while back, I think it was sometime last year, a cop used a chokehold, and I'm like, bro, you can't use that. uh, changing the holding, the chokehold, they can no longer use chokeholds. Uh, now they just want to take somebody out and beat them over a traffic stop.
bro, it's I
Things have to change. I don't know what does it take for these changes to happen, but something's got to happen, bro. Something's got to happen, because then it's gonna get to the point that when nobody, and I mean it's already happening now, but it's gonna get more worse when nobody wants to trust the cops anymore.
I mean, the
Because
cops.
now that when you look walking down the street, you're not just watching your back from some stranger. Now you got to watch your back with these cops, because you don't know what they're gonna do.
But we gotta have a see, and that's where I was gonna get to with you because I believe, and you could like, let's talk about it. We gotta have a deeper conversation. It's not even about the cops, bro, because this shit doesn't happen in certain communities. It only happens in the communities we grew up in. Let's just be honest. Because in middle class and upper class communities, this type of shit doesn't happen. They don't roll up on people and say, get on the ground for a routine traffic stop. It doesn't happen. This only happens in the inner cities, the Bronxes, the Brooklyns, the the inner city, the Tennessees, the Memphis, Tennessee. It only happens there. If it does happen, this shit doesn't happen in the suburban communities. Like not like that. You crazy? You know what I'm saying? And it was black cops that did this. Now I did hear something that like there was a white cop there that actually tased the guy that he was white. I'm like, why is that guy not fired? Why they only fired the black guys? That I mean, but I need to confirm that. So I just say it because that's something I heard, and if that's true, that's bullshit. So we're gonna hit the button on that.
Stupid.
If you're gonna fire everybody involved, fire everybody involved. And if that guy shot a taser, white, black, Spanish, no matter what he is, he should be fired too. So that's first thing. That's first and foremost. Secondly, back to what I was saying. I don't see this in certain communities, only in our communities. Now, granted, our communities are rougher than those communities. You know, they're different type, not different type people, but you know, those communities are normally quiet communities like that. You know, in inner city is rough. You got there's more crime and more stuff there. So I understand you got to be more on your guard, but as a cop, you got to be on your guard anyway. You know, you got to deal with the worst of the worst if you decide to become a public servant, a police officer. You know, that's what you sign up for. But I don't know, like that's part of the problem as well. And another part of the problem is, you know, I don't see that I don't see this making national news. No, let me not say that like that. This made national news, and yeah, you know, it's bad, it's horrendous, it's awful. Obviously, the news wants to, you know, oh, let's distract the people. Let's, you know, throw this out there. Let's get them more outraged so they could go burn shit up. Obviously, we know that's the game plan, but for these cops to be black too is bad, man. It almost makes me think they would not have done that if that was a white lady, if that was a white guy. They would not have rolled up on him like that, man. I don't think so. But they roll up on black guys like that. Something to be said about that too. They roll up on us like that.
And you know what? You know what's gonna happen now, right? That all these uh white supremacists and all of this stuff, they're gonna be like, "Oh, where was your out?" Like, it's gonna happen. Maybe not right away, but I think give it about 6 months to a year. They're gonna be like, "Oh, where was your outrage when the black cops beat down on that young black guy? Why is it always gonna be on the white cops?" That's exactly what's gonna happen. Exactly, because you always constantly throw that same type of concept when it comes to but you know, your people always killing each other every time, all
Well,
the time.
you want to hear something funny, Isaac? Peep this. So these black cops did this, right? They got
Hmm.
fired. They got fired immediately, right?
Hmm.
So why is it every single time white cops do this, they don't fire them immediately?
Yeah,
They
they
put
get
them
it.
on administrative
They
leave.
slap on the wrist. That's all they got. Slap on
They
the
put
wrist.
them when it's white and I that's so crazy to me. We've seen so many instances of white cops doing this shit on video. We've got, but they never fire them immediately. They go on administrative leave, and then because if you're on administrative leave, you're still protected. You know, you still have access to the lawyers. You still have access to your union reps. You're still in the union. So I'm now I'm not a cop, but I would assume, being that you're still a part of the force, you still have access to those resources because they still protect you because that they have their own lawyers and people that they have for that if you get into an issue, right? Once they fire your ass, you're on your own.
Hmm.
You got to get your own lawyer. You got to get your own protection. You are not protected from shit. You have to put your own money up to uh, finance your own defense, assuming that shit goes to trial in court later on down the line. So I just find it funny that these cops got fired so fast, these black cops, but when this shit happens, when it's white cops, they never get fired immediately. Almost never. I can't say never, but because I'm not sure if the George Floyd guy got fired immediately. I'm not sure. So I can't say that never happens, but most of the time they get put on administrative leave.
Hmm.
Even though we clearly see the video where somebody gets yoked up or somebody got their foot on their neck. But it's like, no, administrative leave. We're conducting an investigation. It's not finished yet. But when it's the black cops, nah, y'all niggas, y'all fired. Y'all gotta go. No protection for you. So I just find that funny. That you know,
You know, and you know who do the you know who do these fucking investigations, right? Internal affair. IA.
yeah, IAB and IAB, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
And it's just like What do y'all really do when y'all investigate this shit?
I mean, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
Supposedly, they listen. I'm not a cop, so I'm not privy to all of that information, and I don't know how the inner workings go. But I look at it like this: if they want to protect you, they'll find a way to lessen the blow or find a way to protect you. If they don't, they won't. Most of the time, that's how it goes. If they want to protect you, they will. If they don't, they don't. But I just find it funny that that's part of the problem. Another. Let's talk about the second video. So video 2 is from a police surveillance camera near Ross Road and Calsgate Lane. It shows a bird's eye view of the second confrontation between Tyre Nicholes and Memphis police. Officers appear to hold Nicholes to the ground, kicking and striking him several times. He then is dragged and lays in the street for several minutes. Now, this is the most disturbing part of the video. All around,
Stupid.
all around, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I saw this and I was like,
Bruh.
why did I even watch this? Like, I was just like, why did I watch this? This is why I don't look at the news on a daily basis. This is why, I mean, I look at the news to get what I need to get, but like a lot of the news is just negativity every day and doom and gloom and shit. So I really don't look at it unless it's like a national or something to do with my city and I need to know. But the fact of the matter is, they handcuffed this brother and they were punching him. He's defenseless. Now listen. Oh, let me finish my thought first. They punched him. He's defenseless. They put him on the ground. And he was originally pepper sprayed, and that's why he ended up running. So we ain't even say that part. They so it's not only that the cops made no sense by stopping him the way they did. One of the damn cops pepper sprayed him and pepper sprayed everybody else too. So that's how he was able to get away and run, because when you pepper spray somebody, every shit goes everywhere. So he's on the ground and there's a bunch of cops on him, and you pepper spray him, you're subsequently going to pepper spray everybody. So the cops are like, fuck, shit. So, and then he was able to get up and run. Now, okay, cool. He got up and run. He was scared. That's probably why he ran, because he's like, what the hell is going on? So then he runs. They end up catching him. And then this is where the second video comes from. Mind you, they say he was 80 yards from his house. He was yelling for his mom. That is cringe to watch. Not even going to lie. I did see a small clip of this. That was cringe. It was just like, it hurt my soul to hear that shit. But so they're obviously mad. Now they got him. They're mad. So now they're like, oh, we're going to give him a whipping. Mind you, was he fighting them? Did he fight back? Did he call them names? Now listen.
Thanks for the like, Mike.
Oh, appreciate you, brother. Did he call them names? No, he didn't. I done seen people, F you mother effing cops, SMD, this, that, and the third, F this, F that, all kinds of expletives. Nothing. Cops, they don't budge. They don't knock your head off, nothing. This guy's like, yo, calm down. Stop. Like, I'm good. I'm doing what you... He's sitting there like doing all of that, and yet nothing. Yes, the Royal Rumble was dope. But it's just like, what the hell are we doing, bro? They beat the fuck out of this guy. Like, bro, hands behind his back, punched him, kicked. One dude took out a baton and whacked him in the fucking face with it. The guy is fucking defenseless. Even if you mad, I ain't even gonna say it. There's no excuse for that, bro. He didn't swing on you. He's defenseless. You got him. Even if you're mad and you throw him around, kicking him on the floor, punching him, the brother had, I mean, they fucked up ribs. The face was crazy. What warranted that, bro? What warranted him to get his ass whooped like that? Defenseless. Now, if he was fighting y'all, That's different. If he throwing hands with the cops, that's different. Listen. Listen. You throwing hands with the cops, they're going to use everything they can to get to put you down and to subdue you. Bruh, I am not watching that shit again, bro. I'm not doing it. I mean, we all saw Rodney King when we was younger. Some of us wasn't even born yet when that happened. And we seen the clips and stuff. But this shit was bananas, bro.
It really was, bro. Telling you, watching just that little bit of what I saw, just ridiculous. And it's crazy because, like, I think it was yesterday that I saw a video. I don't know if you got to see it, but I saw a video of this. I think what do they call them? I forgot what they called them, but it was like all these black cars coming down the street, and I think those were like part of the security or whatever. So this like black cars just popping through. This white lady with a megaphone, she's walking across the street as these cars are coming. She's shouting something. I couldn't hear what she was saying. She was shouting something, and then out of nowhere there was this white cop, male, a little bigger than the lady because the lady was kind of skinny, comes, grabs her, then throws her down, and then no lie, for a quick second, I swear if you blink you would have missed it, for a quick second, smacks her right in the face, bro. And he's wrestling with her on the ground and everything, bro. It's crazy. Then you got these male cops putting their hands on women. Why can't you have the female cops do that? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy to me.
I mean, the thing is, unless it's forced, if it's not warranted, they shouldn't even be doing it. Like, it's not warranted for what? The brother was complying with everything that they said. There was no earthly freaking idea or no earthly reason why they had to do him like that, man. Like, they're like, pick him up. And then, like, they just picked him up, and one of the dudes just rocked him. He's on the ground, face down. One dude ran up and straight kicked him. And then when they put him up against the car, they don't give him no aid, bro. He's just slaying. He's sitting there like freaking like Street Fighter. When you play Street Fighter, you getting your ass kicked, and then you get up and you're dizzy. Like, he's sitting there just on the damn car, just, yo. Nobody gives him any aid. More cops come, and they're just looking at him, hands behind his back. Like, where is he going? What why? Like, why? It's like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, these brothers beat the hell out of him like that. It's like, do y'all hate yourselves that much? You see another black brother and you just want to beat the shit out of him because, for what? It's not like he wasn't resisting at all. From the time they dragged his ass off the car, he wasn't resisting. They didn't have to, like, none of this had to happen, bro. None of it. And that's the sad part about it. It's just like,
halfway. Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Bro.
You ain't got the answers.
I don't got the answers, bro. I don't. This shit makes no sense.
It doesn't. It really doesn't.
So George Floyd didn't make no sense. These things don't have to happen. Like if you rumbling with the cops, you shooting out with them. I get it. At your own risk. But how does shit like this escalate? It makes no sense.
I don't know, bro.
Bro, I might have a son one day. Like, now I gotta explain to him this type of shit. Like, I can't even imagine somebody with children. when they go out, when they have teenage children, because they're not gonna fuck with the kids. But I can't even imagine somebody. Well, I can't even say that because we've seen that on camera too. But you got little kids, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and they out chilling, and then you got to worry about not only bad influences here, bad people here, gangs maybe. Now you got to worry about the fucking police too. Imagine if your kid is 14 and he looks like me, or he looks like you, and he's from the inner city, and he dresses urban, is what they like to call it, and he's just a regular kid. You fit the description. Put your hand, get the fuck on the ground, yo. What's wrong with y'all? And then they two-piece him up like he's like, hey, bruh.
I have a cousin that he's married to a black woman, and all his kids came out black. And I remember one time reading it on social media. It was on Facebook that he posted it, saying he was like, I don't even know how I'm going to have these type of talks with my kids. And it's frightening. Listen, and I'm only saying this as a joke, but I used to think that the most scariest conversation you will ever have with your child is the birds and the bees.
That ain't even a scary conversation, bro.
No, it is for me, because right then and there, that's showing me my kid is grown, and he or she,
part of life.
he or she, these two. Yeah, you see, you laughing, you saying that, but when you have your kid, bro, you're gonna understand what. I bet you, Mike,
bro.
I bet Mike would know what I'm talking about, because he might have to have this conversation with his kid. You know what I'm saying? It's nerve-wracking that you got to sit there and you got to have these type of conversations with your kids, because if my son comes out and say, "Hey, where do babies come from?" I'm gonna be like, the stork bar. There's a store. As all these storks, you know what I'm saying? Because then I gotta go for the full explanation as to where do babies come from. But I'm pretty sure he already knows because of his mom. You know what I'm saying? But to now, you gotta sit there and have a serious conversation with your kid and explain to them, listen, you might bump into people that's not gonna like you, not because of who you are, but because of the color of your skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that right there, that's more scary than having the sex talk. You know what I'm saying? That's more scary. My son, he's mixed. You know what I'm saying? But he looks a little bit more white. But what if somebody found out that he was mixed with Puerto Rican, and they don't like biracial children? Because there are people like that. There are people that don't like biracial.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of them out there. You got Black and Asians, biracials. You got Black and Hispanics that are biracials.
Black and white.
Black and white. You know what I'm saying? Asian and white.
Everybody has their own set of problems. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of different people. That's right.
And they're gonna run into somebody that's just not gonna like them because, oh, you're biracial. You know what I'm saying? Then now I have a fear for my kid because he's biracial. You know what I'm saying? And I constantly think about that a lot, because that could go both ways. What if he runs into somebody that black and hate white people, and he sees them out in the street, or like I said, runs into somebody that just doesn't like biracial people. You know what I'm saying? And it is just that's scary, bro. And I have to think about my kids. And we was talking about carrying and stuff like that. And I said it that day, and I continue to say it now. It's like it feels like nowadays you have to carry. I mean, you can't shoot a cop because you shoot a cop, you're dying. But you know, with other people that are not cops, you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, it just feels like you have to carry just to protect yourself and your family.
That's very true. The media, if you look at, like I said, if you look at the media every day, everything is doom and gloom. But if you're out here just regular, living your life, doing what you got to do, you'll see it because you're gonna run into it here and there, and at your job, wherever you do, you're gonna run into it a little bit. So you need to be aware and be cognizant of everything that's going on. But I just believe that if you have children, especially, it must be very hard for you to watch that, especially if you have teenage children, because you know teenagers get into shit without even trying. It's just like some shit seems to follow them sometimes. But because I think back to when I was a child, when I was a teenager, I was just, I'm tall black kid. I wore clothes that, I wanted to wear clothes that the rappers wore and everything else. So, and if you didn't know me and you just saw me walking down the street in my hoodie and my hat and my Timbs or something, you would think, oh, he's a hoodlum.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the perception that we get. Not, inner city kids, black kids especially. They think we're all fucking hoodlums. They think we're all just want to stick up and rob people. I've had people cross the street when I walk past them in the middle of the night when I was a teenager. I've had cops stop me. Where the fuck you going? You see that big tower right there? That's where I live. Can I go home? Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had cops stop me coming home from a party. I'm just trying to walk home and they run up on me. Whoop, whoop. Hey, where are you going? Home? Where you live? Right there. Hurry up. And get off. I mean, I've had that happen to me. What if they were in a bad mood that night and they got out the car? Hey, stop and frisk me for no apparent reason. What if I said, hey, what's going on? What you said? And they beat my ass up. I've had cops throw me around. It has happened for no apparent reason. Coming out of my building, no less. Craziness. So it's like, you got to explain this shit to your kids, and it doesn't matter. It's like so scary. You got to teach them how to talk to kids. And listen, you could talk to a cop with the utmost respect, and he still might look for any little reason.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're respectful. And police, I am not the guy. I'm not the defund the police guy. I think that's stupid. I'm not the guy. I'm not opposed to hearing the other side, the other viewpoint, but we need fucking cops. If we didn't have cops, it'd be the Walking Dead out here. It'd be anarchy. We'd all be living like animals because anybody would do anything. That's why we have laws in place to civilize society, because without it, we'd just be all animals killing each other to survive, like back in the prehistoric days. So we need cops. So I'm not the guy who's going to say defund the police and all of that shit. I think that's retarded. But I will say that
What is your definition when you hear defund the police?
Well, from now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that I would say that you take the resource, they don't have access to as much resources, disband them, don't put as much cops on the street, don't give them as much money so they could get the resources to do their job effectively. That's essentially what I believe it is. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I still think we need cops on the streets. I still think we need good people and good cops on the streets and stuff like that.
I believe the same thing. I do believe.
Fill me in, brother. I'm
believe
glad we
that
have opposing views on this. Let's go.
I do believe that we do need cops on the streets because nowadays is getting dangerous every day. But for defunding the police, it's not trying to take any type of resources away from them. It's not trying to stop them from putting them out on the street. It's just taking a certain portion of that fund and give it to people that are more suited for certain situations. I see the video where a cop literally beat up a mentally ill old man because the guy was already older. mentally beat up a mentally ill older man. They did this kind of the same thing with a mentally not mentally ill, but they're not I don't want to say the R word. It's
What is the autistic on the spectrum? What?
like artistic or yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that. I think they were artistic. You know what I'm saying? And this one was a teenage kid. You know what I'm saying? Defunding the police is not trying to take any type of resources away from them. It's just trying to take that portion and give it to people and have those people out there that are more suited for certain situations that they're well prepared for. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't have a cop try to handle somebody that's mentally ill or
So,
it's, you know what
so
I'm
you,
saying?
so you're trying to say, just I'm trying to clarify. So you're trying to say, take a portion. So instead of, okay. So if the cops, I'm just trying to make this easy for myself to get. So if the cops got 100%, take 10% of what they get and give it to who exactly? A
Um,
psychiatrist, a therapist, what?
uh, well,
Not,
mostly is involving like arrests out in the streets. I don't know. Now you're making me think. All right, so um,
shit. Let
like
me Google it. Let me Google it.
like medical, give it to people in the medical field that are more suited for certain situations that they know how to handle people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna have a therapist come down and try to talk to the person or whatever. Um, you're gonna want somebody that's in the medical field that knows how to handle people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Wikipedia, defund the police. Let me read this. We're going to get this clarification right. Defund the police is a slogan that supports removing funds from police departments and reallocating them to non-policing forms of public safety and community support, such as social services, youth services, housing, education, healthcare, and other community resources. Okay, that's basically what you just said, but
Yeah.
they just articulated it better
They
than.
did get better. Yeah, than what I did.
So okay,
I was trying to
so
pick words, bro. And it was just wasn't coming, bro. It just wasn't coming.
listen. We figured it out, right? Okay,
Stop it.
figured it out.
Get some help.
That's what I did. You got some help.
I'm trying.
Nah, I mean that's what you said. That's what you said. You take a portion of those resources, and you give it to other public safety, other public servants departments. But my thing is, no, don't do that. Find the money somewhere else to give to them. Police, I honestly think they need more money because I don't think this is a issue about them. You need to reallocate resources so that other people can handle, like other people in public safety, like social services and all that stuff. Like those people can handle certain situations. Because you're right. I mean, you have a person in the street that's autistic. You need to have extreme patience. I've worked with autistic kids. I'm telling you, you need to have extreme patience. You have to actually, like, you got to be patient with them because they may not understand you. There's verbal, non-verbal. It's a whole thing, and you need to be well equipped to deal with a situation like that. I agree, but if the cops are called, they need to be patient. There's no need because they need to understand. Okay, because they know what they're walking into when they walk into it, so they don't walk into it blind. Because when somebody calls the cops, it's like, hey, there's a person out here that's acting erratically, blah, blah, blah. So they know what they're walking into. They don't just walk up on, oh, hey, and then start beating somebody up. No, they know what they're walking into. So they need to have more patience. So I don't know if it needs to go to training. I don't know, bro. But there are bad apples everywhere. And it's not all the police. We know that. But there are bad apples everywhere. But it's just terrible because it runs deep, man. It runs deep. Like it goes as deep as like men in general right now. You know, if you're not a workhorse, you're not valuable. It goes as far as black men and men in the black community are constantly disrespected. Men right now are disrespected. People are not valuing masculinity out here right now. So it runs deep. It's not just like on the surface level. Yeah, these cops, they're bad. They beat up this guy. They literally beat him to death. Like, my condolences to his family. I mean that from Guy Talk Uncensored. Like, we mean that. Like, this is fucking horrible. On the surface level, you look at it, oh, these black guys beat up this black guy. These black cops beat up this black guy. But it runs deeper than that, bro. Do they value themselves? Do they value themselves as black men? Because why would you run up on another black man like that if you valued black men? Why would you not go in? It's not like he was a drug lord, bro. If he was a drug lord, I understand you coming in guns hot. I get it. It's not like he is the guy who you're looking for him and he's on the run, like armed and dangerous. Why are you running up on him like that? What was like? You got to start there. The energy they had for this brother was off from the jump. Do they value themselves? Do they value black men? Does society value black men? Like, I could get into like even, but I'm not even going to touch on that because got to tread lightly. But you got to start there. You got to start at the top. Men, especially black men, are like not really valued like that. Or looked at like we're animals by some people. There are still some people who, when they get in the elevator with me, I could be dressed to the T. And Isaac, you know how I come out the house. You know how I'm dressed coming out the house. I am not dressed. I come out the house looking grown because I'm 35, not 25. So I come out the house looking grown. I dress appropriately. Sometimes I do dress down, and I'm not saying, yo, you got to dress appropriately and do all that just to get respect. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is there's still people who get in the elevator with me and they tense up. I could imagine if I was like 6'8", they really be fucking nervous. I'm only 6 feet, 6'1", and they clutch like this. It's like, yo, what the hell? There are people, bro. At my place of work, I remember I brought something to somebody's house and they couldn't lift it up. And I'm like, yo, you got it? The guy's like, yeah, I got it. I walk away. He can't even lift the damn thing. But he's like, I'm like, you sure? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but this shit is heavy. You sure? No, I got it. Like, whoa, what's up with the energy, bro? I'm just trying to help you get the shit in your house. But yet you're looking at me like I'm going to rob you or some shit. Like, do you not see this big blue jacket with the logo that is known worldwide? Do you really think that I'm going to rob you right now? Like, they can't track my vehicle and find out where I am? Like, what the hell? Like, all these cameras are not going to show what I'm doing? Like, what is wrong with y'all? But this is how we're viewed. And it's just something we got to deal with. It's not going to change anytime soon. All I could do is control myself. But this, you can't control anybody else. But this shit was crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This shit was crazy.
Really was.
Rest in peace to Tyre Nicholes. Condolences to his family and friends and everybody who loved that brother. I know his family must be dealing. I don't even know how they're dealing with that right now. They must be going through a lot. And I just, send them some love, send them some prayer. They're going to need it because this is a rough situation. So just send them everything that they need so that they could, get through it, and I'm pretty sure it's a wrap for these 5 cops. And if they don't end up going into protective custody or maybe putting them somewhere else, it's not looking good for them as far as like jail, because this is national news at this point, and this is going to get inside. So terrible. Terrible.
Really is.
Nope.
That's all I can say. Well, in lighter news, we got football today, so we're going to lighten the mood up a little bit.
Yep. 2 games.
49ers, Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs. Who you got
This-
going to the Super Bowl?
This will be the make it or go home, because if either team don't win today's games, they go home, and the other
It is the
ones will
playoffs.
go to the Super Bowl. So, I don't know, man. I feel like these 2 games can go either way. Joey B over there, aka Macaulay Culkin, he's been unstoppable since the playoffs started, and it doesn't look like he's backing down anytime soon. But then again, he will be facing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes, like, that's just a whole different type of breed right there. That brother can do it all, run out of pocket, run. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could just do it all. So like that I think that's the game that I'm mostly interested in watching, is those 2 teams. As for the 49er Eagles, I feel like that one, well, I'm hoping that one will be like a whole shootout, just no one gets more scores than the other team. Like, I want to see them play at their best today. Actually, I want all 4 teams to play at their best today, to make these games interesting, because it really sucks when you just have one team just making all the scores and the other team has no chance in hell catching up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen that. We've seen teams get shut out before. But as to who I'm predicting going to the Super Bowl, and that's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna say Chiefs and Eagles.
I like the 49ers and the Eagles. I like the Bengals because I like Joe Burrow, and everybody likes Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is hurt right now. He's got the hurt ankle. I'm sure they'll tape it up, shoot it up, do whatever they got to do to get him on the field. I expect excuse me. I've had a high ankle sprain before. Sucks. Takes a while for you to get right. Really kills your lateral movement. Running back and forth isn't that bad. The bad part is the side to side when it comes to like ankles and stuff like that. So I expect it to be a tough game, but I'm not going to lie. I expect the Bengals to beat the Chiefs today, partially because of Patrick Mahomes, but partially because I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals, it's a rematch of last year. I think they're going to take this game extremely seriously. And I think last year they thought they had it in the bag, and then they lost, and it stings. And I think they're going to remember that. They're going to remember that feeling, and it's going to propel them to win this game. I see this game being close. And I don't think it's going to necessarily be 35-31. Like, I think this game is going to be like 14-17. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Keep it a buck with you. Chiefs and Bengals. Now, 49ers and Eagles. I could see this one being 27, 24, 31, 28. I could see this one going crazy because the 49ers, the young boy who I forget his name, but the young brother who took over and he's been killing. I think this is
Purdy. Was it Purdy?
Purdy, yeah. Josh Purdy, I think, yeah. Mr. Purdy, this is his Tom Brady moment. This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say that. Remember when Tom Brady came in, Drew Bledsoe got hurt. Tom Brady came in the middle of the playoffs, and Tom Brady went on to win the Super Bowl that year. And if I'm not mistaken, they beat the Rams. Greatest show on turf. So we didn't know who Tom Brady was. He was young. He came out of nowhere, and Tom Brady was cooking. Now, the Eagles, this is the same thing. Purdy comes in, what, six games left in the season or something like that, or week 6, I forget. And he came and he's been cooking. He's been winning. Has he beat some decent teams? Yes. This is going to be a real test for Mr. Purdy today. But I fully expect San Fran to manage him properly. But today, he's going to have to go out and win this game. He can't. The running game, they might get it, they might not. But the Eagles are a really good team all around. So Purdy's going to have to be very good today for them to win. And just like Tom Brady had to be very good for the Patriots to win back in the day, he's going to have to put on a Brady-esque performance today. And I think he can do it. I think he's going to keep pace with Mr. Hurts, even though Hurts is balling out of his mind right now. But I think both these quarterbacks are going to play well today. And I think Purdy is going to surprise us, and Purdy's going to upset the Eagles. I think so. So I got both road teams winning. Now, am I crazy? Yes. Both road teams winning, going to the Super Bowl, that sounds crazy. But the Bengals are fully capable of beating the Chiefs, especially when Mahomes hurt. They can beat the Chiefs. The 49ers is the wild card that we don't know if they can beat the Eagles, because the Eagles have been the best, one of the top 3 teams in the league all year. The Eagles have been playing out of their mind this year, and Hurts is a beast. So we'll see. But I got the Miracle Man, Mr. Purdy, beating the Eagles, and I have the Bengals overcoming the Chiefs. So we'll see if I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm sure Isaac will hit me with the button next week.
You stupid.
And and then we'll see what happens. But those are my picks today.
Yep. First game starts in a couple of hours, which I think is the Eagles versus the 49ers.
3 and 6:30. I'm going to watch that game today.
Me too.
3 and
I'm
6:30.
really interested in seeing these teams go at it today. Because this, like I said, this is the make it or go home. And it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of plays is going to be thrown out there, what they're going to do to win these games. Is it going to be won by a field goal, which is so annoying? You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, a win's a win. You got to take it however way you can, you know. Just hope for no overtime. Like, just do everything within the 4 quarters, and whoever wins. That's it. I've been seeing overtimes this whole season, and it's ridiculous.
Well, we're gonna see. I'm interested. So, anything else you got before we get the hell up out of here?
No, nothing else.
Me neither. So, what I would say is this before we get up out of here: thank you for rocking out with us with the shorts. I will continue to be putting up shorts. I'm going to increase the shorts. We're gonna make them funny. Shout out to everybody who's been showing us love on that aspect. Thank you. And on the TikTok as well. Look out for that coming this week as well. Shout out to my cat. He's behind me. Knock the hell out. And yeah, that's all I got moving forward. So we will be working on getting this guide talk ready, the whole ambiance of our show. We're working on it. Just stay tuned to us. We will get rid of this StreamYard logo soon. Trust me. But that's all I got. Isaac, if you ain't got nothing else or you got something, take us home, man. And we get the hell up out of here.
No, I don't got nothing else. I'm good.
All right. See you guys next week. We love y'all. We out of here, man.
You guys have a good day, and if you're watching the games, enjoy it with friends and family. Eat lots of pizzas, drinks lots of beers. It's going to be very interesting. So from your Puerto Rican papi, as Rashawn likes to call me, Isaac, and your chocolate thunder over there, Rashawn. Have a good day. Peace.